I would like to call this to order. It's a regular RTM Works Committee meeting. It's April 7/3. Last night, we were assigned to another resolution at the Rules Committee meeting, and it was too late for me to change the agenda on the website because I had already submitted it. So I'd like to entertain a motion right now to end our agenda by including the following for item number 5. Resolution of the RTM of Darien accepting a special grant from the state of Connecticut and appropriating $1,174,000 a local transportation capital improvement for the intersection of Norotan Avenue. We discussed
So moved.
We're only going to look at the motion added to the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. All right, and who moved? I'm sorry.
Cecil.
And who seconded?
Werner.
Thank you.
Okay. So number 2 on the item is to discuss and take action on the 7 easements. What I found last night, which was helpful for the rules meeting, is go through these couple of paragraphs and for questions. And if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'll try to do it in a cohesive order. Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. The Norotan Avenue and the West Avenue intersection improvements will include 2 new left turns. One is to head north on Norotan and toward Stamford, one on the westbound side of West Avenue as you're turning for Stamford. The stop bar line will be moved back to help trucks make the turns. The roads will be widened and the sidewalks will be replaced. There will be crosswalks and ADA handicap ramps with tactile warnings. The new traffic signal will be hand and countdown with audio. And the new sidewalk will be from the gas station on the north side to the firehouse. On the south side. So from the gas station up to the firehouse on the south side of Norotan, and it'll be concrete. There are 7 easements. Some are permanent and some are temporary. Will be used just during construction, needed for the project. The property owners still own the land, but the town has acquired rights to it. That's why we're voting on this. The town hired a professional appraiser who detailed and finalized an individual report of each property based on recent sales and land value per square foot. They also looked at the temporary versus permanent aspect. The amount per easement ranges from $1,000 to $21,000 and totals $63,930. Did you hear that, Cecil?
Yeah.
It's not there. Got to hit the.
Yeah, your audio, Monica, is breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah, it was breaking up for me as well.
I can hear you. You hear me?
They have me.
I heard you.
Yeah. Okay. Have me out.
Okay, I'll try. I'll keep trying.
Monica,
Yes.
excuse me, it's Liz. Could you go through those individual amounts? And that highest one was at 21,000.
Yes.
And
Highest-
what address is that?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Does it say what address that is?
No, they're on the Rules Committee site on the RTM. There is background information on all of this. and you could find the specifics to the individual properties on that. I don't have that. I just have the
Okay.
range. So,
Okay, thank you.
okay, so the range is 1,000 to 21,000, and it totals $62,932. As of right now, there are three, the owners have all agreed. This was a professional appraiser went and provided a detailed and finalized individualized report for each property based on recent sales and land value per square foot. We have three owners that have not had their documents notarized. All owners have agreed to this. There are 7 easements in total. Jerry Ginsburg and Ed Gentile presented to the Board of Selectmen on February 24th as a unanimous vote in favor. They also presented to the 4 committees. We did not have a quorum. F&B, PH&S, and Planning and Zoning all had quorums, and they voted unanimously for these easements. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts? Okay, so there are 7 easements. We're going to do what they did at the meeting with the 4 committees. Each one will be moved and then seconded, and then we'll vote on them as a block. Okay, so because there are 7 of them and Rolf is doing this, if you are making the motion, please say your name and motion. Okay, so I will go through them right now. Do I have a motion? May I have a motion? May I have a motion for the resolution for the easement for 173 Norton Avenue? Norton Avenue.
Werner, yes.
Do I have a second?
Foley, second. Second.
Okay, Rolf? Okay, Rolf? See, so when this happened last night, somebody had phone on also.
I'm sorry, say that again?
With this feedback, when this happened last night, it was because Frank had his phone on also. Is that possible?
No, Frank was actually coming in from 2 different places. He was doing audio on his iPhone and video on a computer.
Okay, okay.
He
I
actually
see,
had 2.
I see Lindsay's on, but I don't see video or audio. Lindsay, are you here? Okay, okay, she's on. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
So we have the first one done. Okay, may I have a motion to move the resolution for 179 Norotan Avenue?
Whoa. Don't we have to vote on 173?
No, we're gonna vote on them as a block.
All right.
May I have a
Move to
motion?
vote on 179.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second, Eric, second.
Do I have a motion for 180 Norotan Avenue?
Motion, Terry.
Do I have a second?
I'll
Second.
second. All right, who seconded?
Liz Bacon.
Liz Bacon, okay.
Do I have a motion for 185 Norotan Avenue?
I so move.
Second?
I'll second. Lindsay.
Is that Liz?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Do I have a motion for 187 Norotan Avenue?
187,
So moved.
Liz Bacon will move.
Second?
Second.
That's Dick Poley.
Yes. I finally figured out how to do the pitch.
Okay, and can I have a motion for 1 Allen O'Neill Drive?
Motion, Eric, motion.
Second?
Werner seconds.
Werner?
Okay, and last one, do I have a motion for 242 West Avenue?
I'll move for
Motion.
242
I'll
West
move.
Avenue.
242.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second,
Terry.
Lindsay.
Wait a second. Who was the motion?
Liz Bacon.
And that was Lindsay who seconded?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll vote. All in favor of these motions, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. That was unanimous, right, Rolf?
Yes, as far as I could see.
Okay. Okay, thanks you guys for hanging in there. Okay, number 3 on the agenda is to discuss and take action on the appropriation for the police department HVAC system. The Board of Selectmen used the capital fund contingency to pay for this at their last meeting, so that item has been completed. Okay, any questions? Okay.
So then what are we being asked to approve?
We're not. I'm just crossing it off the list. It was already approved.
All right, and
Okay.
repeat, I'm sorry, what body approved that?
Board of Selectmen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we're going to move to number 4, approval of the minutes. Regarding the January 22nd minutes, are there any corrections, additions, omissions?
Wasn't there a misspelling or something?
I think that was on the next one.
Oh, okay.
It
Did we
looked
get
clean.
Frank's name spelled correctly, Monica?
Uh,
Lisa, you're just calling me out in a backhanded way. I haven't looked at it.
No,
Yes.
no, I actually misspelled your name in the original because I was doing it by audio, voice to text.
So are there any amendments to the minutes of January 22nd?
Just one second. Yes, okay, there is an amendment. The last paragraph, Frank Edelman's name is spelled incorrectly. So with that correction, can I have a motion in favor of the corrected minutes?
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, second?
Yes.
Second. Eric.
All in favor? Say aye.
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 Okay, I'm sorry, but who
Aye.
moved?
Elizabeth moved.
Okay.
And who seconded?
Eric.
I did. Eric.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions?
Abstention, Terry. I don't think I was there.
Terry, you can actually, if you read the minutes, you can actually vote on them, but that's okay. You can abstain now.
I'll
Okay.
abstain.
Terry
Someone-
abstained.
Thank you.
Otherwise, it's unanimous.
Yes, except for the abstention.
Okay.
Okay, so number 5 on our agenda has to do with the sidewalks. It's it was put on the rules gave it to us last night. So I didn't have any information to get to you, but I can read it to you, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's, but I'll say it slow, okay? So it's the resolution of the RTM accepting a special grant from the state of Connecticut and appropriating 1.174 million for the local transportation capital improvement for the intersection of Norotan and West Avenue. So that's LAPSIP. From now on, I'm going to just call it LAPSIP, okay? That's the grant. The LAPSIT grant is funding from the state for the project at Noroton West. This approval will allow for expenditure of funds for easement reimbursement, construction costs, attorney fees, appraisal fees, etc. Upon receipt of the actual funding from the Connecticut Department of Transportation, funding has to be awarded by the Department of Transportation, and no payments will be made until the funds are awarded. This request is presented now with the intent to significantly reduce the time frame between the fund award and the approval of the legislative boards, which will in turn assist in keeping construction schedule on track. The Board of Selectmen heard a request to appropriate the grant on April 6th. Ed Gentile presented an outline of the process for the project. First, the 3 easements that need to be notarized need to be finalized. The COVID virus interrupted that, and they were able to get some people to come into town hall and go into a empty room, but they ran out of time. So the first step is to get 3 easements notarized. The owners have approved. Then, after that is done, the notarized easement acquisition documents and the final design plans that the town did will be submitted to the Department of Transportation. DOT will then review the final design plans and comment if needed. This could take a month or 2. Public Works will then go out to bid, and once the low bid contractor is approved by the state, will receive the funds. This request for the money will allow the easement acquisitions to be paid off and the project to move forward. We'll be able to spend the funds once we receive them from the DOT with this resolution. The Board of Selectmen voted unanimously in favor, and the Board of Finance was voting on this tonight. Do I have any questions?
So what are we to vote on tonight?
We are voting on allowing, this is exactly what it says. The grant is funding from the state project at Noroton West Avenue. So it's the resolution of the RTM of Darien accepting a special grant from the state of Connecticut and appropriating $1,174,000 for a local transportation capital improvement for the intersection of Noroton and West Avenue. In other words, once we get the money, we don't need to have another meeting to appropriate. This does that. But no money will be spent until we actually get the fund. So the sidewalk easements, those property owners won't be paid until the money is in the Darien account.
Right.
Okay?
Monica, Frank here. Can I just ask, is that amount of that grant, the 1.1 million, is that the total amount of the project cost, or is that only a fraction of it?
It's the project cost as determined at this time. And this is a project that's been going on over 2 years, about 2.5 years, but it's 90% done. When you submit the application to the DOT, it's line by line by line, and there are options to put in escalation clauses, which the Public Works Department can do. So they feel confident that this number will be good.
Thank you. But so the amount that we're appropriating is effectively, I'm sorry, I'm screwing the camera up. The amount that we're appropriating is effectively the amount that we'd have to spend on this, so we end up net more or less neutral.
Yes, the only amount that we will pay for is we will pay for design fees, and we already paid for that. I think that's about $160,000 $150,000. And we had to pay for the traffic study for the easement. And I don't have that number off the top of my head.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Any other questions on this?
No.
Okay, so can I have a motion to move the resolution for approval of Darien accepting a special grant from the state of Connecticut for the appropriation of $1.174 million for a local capital improvement project on Norotan Avenue and West Avenue? Do I have a motion on that?
Werner.
Do I have a second?
Liz Bacon, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Okay, I did talk to Ed a little bit about that to just find out what he's thinking as far as timeline goes. And can appreciate, it's up in the air. I have about 6 people on staff right here. Are you getting feedback? Hearing it?
I'm getting feedback, yeah. I can't
Yeah, it's
hear
really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's just wait a second because last time it got better. Okay. I can't unmute myself because that would not work.
I actually have muted everybody, so you probably won't have except for you, everybody's muted now.
Okay, so I spoke with Ed, and as everyone can understand, as far as scheduling goes, apparently the Department of Transportation is out there working somewhat, but he doesn't know when this will start. They were hoping to start it in May or June and be finished by Thanksgiving, so that gives it about a 4 to 6 month duration. And when we get further clarification on the 3 outstanding easement property owners paperwork, I guess that will be that'll give us some idea. But I don't have anything more to add as far as timing goes. Okay. Okay, next on is other business, right? Okay, wow, great. Okay, other business. The rules met last night, and there's been an ongoing discussion regarding the budget, which is what we are normally very heavily involved with right now. And the governor had an executive order which basically made the Board of Finance the final approval body for our budget. So at this point, as of last night, what we have is a resolution for the April 27th RTM meeting, which we will be doing by this same format. And I don't know, honestly, with 100 people, how that's going to go. But we're going to try. And at that meeting, one of the resolutions on the docket will be to approve ceding authority to the Board of Finance. But I want everyone to understand that it's my understanding that the Board of Finance sincerely wants each committee's input regarding their portion of the budget. So Jack Davis, who, as you know, is Finance and Budget, has worked out a plan which would involve each committee, Public Works, for instance, although we're a little different because we would have 2. But Public Works would have 2 members, myself and a volunteer, that would interact with the Board of Finance and the F&B people, 2 people from each of those committees. So 2 people are chosen, so there's 6 people in total for each committee. Public Works is a little different. We would also have the sewer division would be another. So we would have another person from this committee work on that. So how I envision this is that we would have another meeting like this, and we would have, as we did last year, we would have Ed Gentile come and sit in on our meeting. His budget is really clean. I think he has a 0.86% increase. And if you know Ed, you know that he runs a very, very, very tight ship. So we would have him come. We would first look over the information. I can send you something that Jack sent to me last night, but I also can tell you that you can go to the Darien Gov website, and when you go to the front page, there's going to be a link to the budgets. You can hit the link and you can drill down and you will see all of Public Works numbers. So I don't know when this will start with the Board of Finance, but what I wanted to do tonight was to get in front of this as much as we can. Remember, this was just approved last night for going to the RTM, so I am getting ahead of it, but it might not be voted, I don't know. So to start, I would like to know if there is anyone here that would like to work with me and 2 people from F&B and 2 people from the Board of Finance on the Public Works portion of the budget. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll volunteer.
Who's that? Who's
Rolf.
volunteering? Rolf?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I have the thing in front of me. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then sewer would be another portion of the budget. Looking at you, Frank. You in?
Yeah, I'm glad to work with you on that, Monica.
Okay, super. All right, so at this point, I don't, this is like it's so in flux, but no matter what, I will schedule a meeting for our committee and Ed, because that would be the place to start regardless of who ends up doing what. Okay, so, and you know what, I was really didn't understand how we couldn't get a quorum when we are all at home, but we're going to work hard on that. So what I'm going to ask is if you are coming to the meeting or not, could you let me know, okay, for the following meetings? And I'd also like to ask, is this the time that people want the meeting, or do you want it at a different time, earlier? I know people work, so it doesn't matter to me.
This is good, Monica. I think this is good.
You like 7:30? Okay.
Fine with me.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I mean, thank you, Frank, for pinging me. I was totally planning on coming and then got distracted. So that we'll figure that one out for sure.
Okay. I don't want to, hound people, but at the same time, I understand people forget. So, okay. So I'm going to ask for confirmation for going forward. Does anyone else have a comment on the timing of the meeting? Is 7:30 in general okay? And if you don't want to unmute, just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I think it's a great time.
Fine.
I think it's a great time, and I think you should remind us. I think that is not a problem. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. I feel like I send a lot out, but I will
Don't worry.
continue. And I do have, for your reading pleasure, I do have a copy of the
Wait,
municipal
Monica, can I say, sorry to
recycling.
interrupt. As far as reminders, is there any way to send like a calendar invite to everybody? That might help out.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Eric, I'm gonna send it to you and you can send it out, okay? As soon as I know when our next meeting is,
Sure.
okay?
Yep.
In the meantime, I'm going to send you the DPW quarterly report, and I'll send you the MSW report that Public Works just provided. Okay, so any other business? No? Okay. Is everyone doing okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
How about everybody else?
I'm just getting cabin fever.
Yeah.
I love homeschooling. I love it. I love it.
Are you thinking about becoming a homeschool teacher?
No, I think my kids would like give it up tomorrow if they could go back.
Yeah, I have one home from college and one home from the city, and they're both missing their own space. So I hear you. But Lindsay, I can't even imagine summer vacation starting in March. That
Yeah.
I seriously feel for you. Okay, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night, Monica.